the Derby. What were your impressions when you saw him?
Oh, just incredible. He looks fantastic, and the guys are all happy, and he's just a horse that gives off so much positive vibes, and um, he still continues to um, talk to us in his own way, and he's doing really well.
Well, talk about a little bit about your preparation for the Derby. You had two preps. I mean, just looking ahead, where you are now, are you really happy you just had the two preps?
Very much so. This has been one of those after the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, meeting up with Team Redham, and the goal was he had already at that point had 30 points for the Derby, so he didn't have to go chasing points, and just thought the 7-8 San Vicente at home, and then the Florida Derby would set him up well for the Derby and still leave him with real fresh legs, and here we are, and very happy where we are.
How about you personally being back here in the same position 4 years later?
This is incredible. I mean, this is absolutely incredible, and seeing the police escort for Nyquist was just gave us all goosebumps to think a horse could get that kind of attention, and just very honored, very privileged, and so just love being back here.
What are your memories of that last time? It worked out well for you. Of course, it ultimately did not in terms of the Belmont. But what are your memories of your trip here and the whole Triple Crown experience?
Oh, the memories are fantastic. It's Baltimore is just a great city, and we got to experience so many cool things. It's amazing what a great racehorse, the people you get to meet because of them. I remember meeting Coach Harbaugh and getting to go to the rookie camp, and that was so cool. And going to Camden Yards was great. And it's a fun town. It's a great racetrack. It's got so much tradition, the Preakness. So just being part of it is a dream come true.
Are you going to keep it a little more low key this time, Doug? In terms of enjoying the town, or do you have plans?
Well, I don't know. We got the great thing is the continuity. We got the same team. Jack and Tyler and Johnny and Elias and all the boys are back again, and so we tend to go out as a family nightly, and so we're gonna enjoy the town as much as we can.
What about your digs here? Comfortable to be back in the same spot where you settled in last time you were here?
This is great, absolutely great. We love it, and love being here early to settle in and have the track to ourselves. Pretty much, it seems like, and even though the track had a little bit of moisture in it, it was in great condition, and not having a lot of traffic, you can kind of pick your own lane wherever you want to be. And so Johnny was really happy with it, and he jogged with good energy today, and the plan is to gallop tomorrow.
And what's it like when you go back out to the track? What do you remember about that oval when you go back out there and look at it and see your horse out on it?
Oh God, it just brings great memories. You think of I'll have another, it's just being part of the Preakness is incredible, and this track is just rich with history, and you think of come race day of the infield just being packed with people, and the apron there being packed, and the grandstand being packed, and it's just energy and excitement that it's hard to explain, but when you're part of a top racehorse like Nyquist, it's awesome.
And how has Nyquist reacted to that? The Derby with the crowds, and on the big races where you've raced with him in front of big crowds where he's got people both to his right and to his left.
Nyquist being undefeated speaks volumes, and here's a horse that's won 5 Grade 1s on 5 different racetracks. He's won in Florida and Kentucky and California, so he's special that way, that he's a great traveler, and he's handled breaking clean from the gate. He's handled being bumped out of the gate, going wide on the turn, saving ground on the turn. So he's just a special horse that has handled everything that has been thrown at him so far.
Doug, what's your early read on how the field is shaping up here?
It looks like the field's going to be tough. It's going to be a full field, and you got a lot of new shooters, so that's always a concern. But our main focus is just on Nyquist's health, and he looks great and good energy, and coming off a big win in the Derby, it's amazing how good he looks.
What's the biggest challenge from the 2-week turnaround? What did you learn maybe 4 years ago about
Well, I think the biggest challenge, you just don't want to do too much, you know, because that is, he did a lot to do what he did, winning the Derby. So just knowing your horse and knowing what is going to have his energy at a high level. And so as we go on here, we'll tweak things, you know, do a little bit more, do a little bit less, just kind of feed off his energy and how his appetite and how he's doing overall.
Doug, as far as coming in early, what's more important, him becoming more familiar with the surroundings or familiar with the track?
I think with Nyquist, the most important thing is him just getting settled in. You know, he has shown he'll run on any track. You know, he's won on I think 5 or 6 different racetracks in his 8 wins. So, you know, he's shown that he's a very sure-footed horse and can run on just about anything. So it's really just having him settled in and making sure his appetite is strong all the way through, and he hasn't missed a note since he's been here, so very happy with that.
Talk about your relationship with your brother. He obviously got you 2 horses to win the Derby and hopefully another in the Preakness. Is he the focal point behind the Team O'Neill operation?
You know, Dennis is amazing. He's my brother. He's my best friend, and he's got magic powers at those sales. I don't know what he does, but he's just does magical things. And Nyquist is just another one of those horses that he's led to us that is just a special horse. And you know, those sales are like the NFL combines. You know, you're just watching so many athletes that are very similar, so it's kind of splitting hairs. So you just really need confidence in your abilities and special powers, if you will, to pick out the ones that are going to do it, you know, come game time. And Dennis has been brilliant at that, and can't thank him enough.
Does he feel different than All Have Another, or it's not fair to compare?
Does he feel different? You know, he's. I always compare, to me, if he was a human, which he feels like a human to me. He's just a well-dressed, you know, go to bed early, in the gym all day kind of horse, and you know, he sleeps, he rests a lot in the stall, and he gives great energy on the track. So, you know, I'll Have Another was more of kind of a bulldog, tough horse, you know, great horse. But this guy's a little bit more laid back, and you know, and just the 2-year-old campaign Nyquist had, you know, being 5 for 5, being the champion 2-year-old, and to be able to carry that and grow and mature as a 3-year-old is really phenomenal.
Doug, with an 8-8 record, and when did you know that you had a super horse? Was it after the BC Juvenile, or?
I think so. You know, Paul and Zilla Redham paid a lot of money for him, so at that point you're hoping, God, I hope we didn't screw up there. Hopefully Dennis didn't screw this one up. But I think probably, actually, the race before the Breeders' Cup Juvenile in the front runner, he was coming back in 19 days, going 2 turns for the first time, got caught up in a little bit of a speed duel going in the first turn, and was able to prevail that day. That tipped our, you know, his hat that he was something special. And then the Breeders' Cup and getting banged out of the gate was, and the win after that was pretty special. So yeah, he just, every race, you just you pinch yourself and realize how privileged you are to be around, and you know, and to be part of such a great horse in Nyquist.
You mentioned how relaxed Nyquist can be. Does that have a lot to do with what Tyler does with him?
Well, Tyler Slynn does a wonderful job. He's our equine therapist, and you know, he stretches him every day, and he's constantly working on him to help him recover from his exercise. But I think Elias, his groom, has a lot to do with his maturity. You know, Elias is such a wonderful, great horseman. He's quiet, real quiet around him, and you know, I can't get enough credit to Elias, just his demeanor and his horsemanship.